You are not afraid of people because you are weak or broken. A lot of the time, your brain is trying to protect you from shame, rejection, or old emotional pain that once felt very real. In this video, I want to show you why people can feel scary, what your brain is really reacting to, and a simple way to feel safer around others. Have you ever walked into a room and felt your whole body tighten before anyone even said a word? Maybe nobody was mean. Maybe nothing bad happened. But your chest got tight, your thoughts got loud, and suddenly being around people felt hard. I know that feeling. I have had moments where I looked calm on the outside, but inside, I was already bracing. Not because anyone had done something wrong, but because my body was acting like being seen might cost me something. And that is the deeper truth here. A lot of the time, you are not afraid of people. You are afraid of what people might make you feel. Maybe they will judge you. Maybe you will say something weird. Maybe you will not know what to do. Maybe you will feel too much and lose control. So the fear is not really people. It is shame. It is rejection. It is exposure. It is the fear that one awkward moment will prove something bad about you. A lot of people think social fear means you are weak, too sensitive, or just not confident enough. But that is usually not the real story. Fear of people often starts much earlier than the moment you feel it. Your brain learns from patterns. If attention once meant criticism, your brain remembers that. If speaking up once got you shut down, your brain remembers that too. If people around you were hard to read, cold, angry, or mocking, your body may still carry those old rules. So later, even in a normal room, your nervous system may still ask one question: will this cost me? Will this cost me my dignity, my belonging, my peace, my sense of control? That is why being around people can feel exhausting even when the people are nice. Your system is scanning, predicting, editing, and trying to stay one step ahead of embarrassment. And that strategy makes sense. If your brain once learned that being seen was risky, it will try to protect you by staying small, quiet, or hyper-aware. That is not weakness. That is adaptation. But protection can become a prison, because the more your brain treats people like danger, the fewer chances it gets to learn that some social moments are actually survivable. So let's make this simpler. Under social fear, there are usually three main fears. The first is judgment, the fear that other people will see something wrong with you. The second is mistakes, the fear that one wrong word, one weird pause, or one awkward moment will ruin everything. The third is overwhelm. Sometimes the real fear is not, what if they do not like me? It is, what if I cannot handle how I feel when I'm there? That part matters a lot, because many people are not just afraid of the social moment, they are afraid of their own reaction inside the moment. Now let's talk about what usually makes this worse. Overthinking. Overthinking feels smart. It says, let's prepare. Let's review. Let's make sure nothing goes wrong. But a lot of the time, overthinking turns into self-surveillance. You watch your face, your words, your tone, your timing. You become both the person in the moment and the person judging the moment. That is exhausting. And it teaches your brain the wrong lesson. This must be dangerous if I need this much control. So what do we do instead? You need something simple. Something you can remember when your brain gets loud. I call it the safe contact system. It has 4 steps. Notice, name, narrow, nod. First, notice. Notice what is happening in your body. Is your chest tight? Are your thoughts speeding up? Are you already editing yourself? Second, name. Ask yourself, what am I afraid will happen here? Be honest. Am I afraid they will judge me? That I will say the wrong thing? That I will feel awkward and not recover? Third, narrow. When fear hits, your attention gets too wide. You notice every face, every silence, every possible meaning. So narrow it, pick one small anchor, your feet on the floor, the cup in your hand, one voice, one simple question. You are not trying to manage the whole room. You are giving your brain one safe target. Fourth, nod. Instead of fighting the fear, acknowledge it. Yep, I feel nervous. This is uncomfortable, not dangerous. I do not need to be perfect to get through this. That is the nod. Not giving up, not losing. Just being honest. And honesty often calms the system faster than trying to force confidence. So here is the truth I wish more people heard. Healing does not mean becoming the most outgoing person in the room. It does not mean loving every social event. It does not mean never feeling nervous again. It means something smaller and more real. You recover faster. You panic less often. You trust yourself more. You stay a little longer. You need less armor. That is progress, not zero fear, more freedom. And maybe the biggest shift is this. You stop asking, how do I make them like me? And you start asking, how do I stay connected to myself while I'm here? Because fear of people often grows when you leave yourself in order to manage them. So safety does not come from becoming perfect. It comes from becoming more solid, more honest, more present in your own body. What if the goal is not to stop feeling nervous around people? What if the goal is to learn that nervousness does not mean danger? That is a much more possible goal. Because you do not have to become fearless to get your life back. Sometimes your body is not telling you the truth about the present. It is replaying old history, and history can be updated, slowly, gently, honestly. So if you are afraid of people, start here. Do not shame yourself. Do not force a new personality. Do not wait until you feel fully ready. Notice, name, narrow, nod, and let one small safe moment teach your brain something new. You are not broken. You are not too sensitive. You are not behind. Your nervous system may have just learned to protect you very well. Now it is time to teach it that connection can be safer than it thinks.